Yes?
You're going to have to leave. This is a crime scene, and no one other than ourselves or Reynold Drayless will be allowed access. The culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, I don't know who you are, so I'm not sure that I can trust you with that sort of information. Go ahead. What a I'll take that. Every little bit helps. That'll get you. For me. Every little thank you. For me. Thanks. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Reynold Drayless, we may have never uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds on their necks. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Raynal arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband was infected. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you. So you can see we really don't need any help. But thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. But vampires are masters of deception, so I guess it makes sense. Frostcrag Spire has been uninhabited for so long. They say it was as wondrous as the Arcane University itself. Feel free to question anyone in town. They shouldn't give you too much trouble.
I can't believe this has happened. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no vampire. It's ridiculous. No. Forgive me. I loved my husband dearly, and to lose him this way makes no sense. This is all happening. I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open, and my Braden dead. Standing over him was a Dunmer. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose, as they arrived quickly. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Reynold Drayless. He said he was a vampire hunter and that Braden was his mark. The guards seemed to know about Reynold, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guards sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous! And another thing, the guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Reynold character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. There isn't much more to say. I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and... I know I sound desperate, but I know I'm right.
Sorry, I have...
Hello.
It's you. Hi. Edla. Edla Darkheart. If you want to be a marksman, I can train... Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Not only that, but he already found a... Apparently, Brayden Lyrian was one of those vile... He seemed to be... Take care.
Good evening.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Bruma. Ah, you mean that vampire hunter. He's staying over at Olav's Tap and Tack. It's near the city gates. You can't miss it. We're all talking about the Emperor. Farewell.
How goes it?
Good evening. Good evening. Isn't Right Wind an impressive swordsman? She seems gifted with a blade. Can't blame the Fighters
You
Guild
get
for
any
having her
closer,
train
and I'll
others.
turn your bones to ash.
Good
Back
evening.
off.
Be seeing you. What's your story?
I have no time for your pathetic attempts at small talk. Now walk away before I get...
Hello! I'm Hunmund. I'm a prospect. Yes, the vampire hunter. As far as I know, he just showed up recently here in Bruma. Apparently, he seemed to... I was at... You too? What can I do for you? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Brayden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. So? And so, what that for me? Thank you. How kind. Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Brayden and Arlene. They were a nice... What can I do? Galaborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynil told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you. The Count... Just look for me if you need anything else.
How do you do?
Well met. So, any new revelation? How'd you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelaborn was killed by Raynal not too long ago. Gelaborn was a vampire as well, obviously. What do you mean you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynal have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynal from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city.
Do you have any... Yes. I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the Brotherhood he had created with Raynal. Nora and Jorunda were once a happy couple, but that's over now. I hear he... I know I sound desperate, but...
Well met.
It's you. Hi.
Anything else Gelaborn? Yeah, that's... I know. I could... When nothing else Just look for me if you need anything else. What is it? How does Ulfund manage to be a smith, trainer, and baby... Oh, he's a saint. Sure, he spends a bit of time at the tavern.
How are you?
I've been better.
What's the news from the other?
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynal was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in... You must get there before if you won't... Please hurry.
There is great
What is
news
it?
from the sky. Is
I'll
this
be
true?
any
From
moment. Into the
Falkreath?
dark
Sure.
heart.
Hi there.
You're pathetic. I'm listening. How are you?
What news do you bring? Long ago, I made a promise to Brayden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Brayden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Brayden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Brayden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word, Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Brayden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel. Justice has been done.